Hello, everyone. Good morning. Morning for me, anyway. Um, this is a video for you all, Beethoven class, uh, about the song called Song of the Wind. This piece we just started together on Saturday, this past Saturday. Um, this piece is one of my favorites in the Suzuki Book 1, which is the book that we're sort of taking pieces from and working with, at least this semester. So let's just start off. I'm going to play it through, and before I do so, this piece is in 2/4 meter, so there are 2 beats in a measure. The piece is in D major, which means there are 2 sharps. And there are a couple new techniques for us to learn, which we'll go over in a moment. But first, here's Song of the Wind. So this piece is mostly eighth notes. So if there are 2 beats in the measure like this, we're playing twice as fast. Ba da dee da dee da dee da. So keeping in mind that those eighth notes just keep moving. You're going to use fairly small bows, not too close to the frog. No, not very far out, and not very near the middle either, sort of in between the frog and the middle of your bow. For pretty much all the notes in this piece. The first measure is a scale. It's a D major scale. It's something we've been doing for a long time. It's very, very simple. The first measure. Open, 1, 3, 4. And if you see on your music, which I passed out to you all this past Saturday, there are fingerings above each of the notes. That's 0, 1, 3, 4. That tells you what fingerings to use. Now, that said, we're at a point where I want you to be knowing the notes that you're playing as you play them without thinking too much about the numbers, the fingerings that you're using. Think first, what is the note that I'm playing? So we're going to be doing a lot more sort of speaking and playing here. So as you practice this, I want you to play and then speak each note. So D, E, F sharp, G, and then the next measure is just 4 A's. Very, very easy. Now comes the harder part. Measures 3 and 4. Measure 3 here, you see underneath the measure it says keep the first finger down. And what that means is the first note of the measure, the B, we play, but then we go and play 4th finger on the D string, the G. But the music wants us to keep our first finger on the A string as we do this. Please do this. So my first finger didn't go anywhere. I'll demonstrate that a little bit better, a little bit more straight on. Notice how my first finger stays on the A string. Even as my hand and arm go over to the D string with that airplane and back. My first finger stays on the A string. So we don't want to see lifting the hand all the way up for each note there. We want the first finger to stay down. So, and then the next measure, just an open A, quarter note. So these are eighth notes. You'll notice in the next measure it says to play down bow in measure 5. In order to do this, we need to lift and set the bow, what we call circling the bow. To do this, we play that quarter note in measure 4, and then lift, set. So you take that rest and make it rhythmic. So, lift, set. Practice that with me. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. A, lift, set. And then we do it again. Measures 5 and 6 is the exact same music as measures 3 and 4. So we just repeat that measure, those two measures, basically. 3 and 4 are the same as 5 and 6. So when we lift and set, lift, set, have it be one motion. So we play the A, the quarter note A, and then circle back to the frog. And I want to hear a little placing of your bow. Like this. Practice this. When you lift, you're lifting from here, not from here. I don't want to see this, because then our bow hand gets messed up. I want to lift from the arm when we circle. Going on, measure 7 is a little bit like a scale going down, but we're just repeating a lot of the notes. So for those 3 measures, measures 7, 8, and 9, we play one note, then we play 3 of the next note on the scale. Then we repeat that note and play the next note down. And again. Now, measure 10 is D, F sharp, A. Very easy. Open, 3, open. But then you see a little comma at the end of measure 10. That means lift and set the bow. It means circle. So I want you to play that quarter note A, in the second beat of measure 10. I want you to play that as a 8th note. I want you to play that as an 8th note, so that you have time to lift and set. So, lift. When you lift and set, the most important part, well, they're both important, is lift, but also set. Make sure that your bow is on the string before you start playing. We don't want to see or hear throwing your bow down on the string like this. No. We want to set the bow on the string. Make sure you start from the string so we get that really nice K sound at the beginning. That's measure 10. 8th note, lift, set. Measure 11 to the end is exactly the same. Measures 11, 12, and 13 are exactly the same as 7, 8, and 9. Same music. One note, and then 3 of the note, 3 of the note below it. Next one. Next one. Then the last note is just an open D. Quarter note. And we'll let the string ring through the rest of the end. That is Song of the Wind. If you have any more questions, please let me know. I'm just going to finish this video by playing it one more time, all the way through. There you are. See you Saturday.